This is why he doesn't have his ball near water. Have you dropped your ball? What have you done that for? This is why I don't let you carry it near water, because you like to chuck it in. And then I'm always the one that's got to retrieve it. There you go. Don't do it again, please. Right, so Winston is getting his toy taken off him because this is the third time he's thrown it over and I'm having to retrieve it. Usually I'd let him get it himself, but that water's a little bit deep and it's going to be very cold for him. And I have to bend over on my blooming knees trying to get his friggin' toy all the time. No, you're not having it. You're not having it. No, because you're an absolute pain in the backside, and I'm not spending a 3.5 mile walk every 200 metres fishing your toy out of the water. I'm not. Go on, you can go without it. So today is quite fresh. I think it's about -2, but I'm not complaining. I would much prefer to have this cold and frosty weather over damp and wet weather. Now today is our last full day on the campsite and we go home tomorrow. And because we've done 2 fairly big hikes already with some steepish inclines, today we're taking things a little bit easier and we're doing a more casual walk around the loch, which is right next to the campsite. So we were up and out a little bit earlier than usual this morning, just so we could enjoy the peace and quiet. It's still quite a fair walk around the lake. It's about 3.5 miles, but obviously it's pretty flat, nothing like yesterday's hike or the hike before that, where I was almost passing out through lack of oxygen, trying to get my backside up a hill. This walk is going to be much more relaxing. You know, for a walk that's meant to go around a loch, you don't spend a lot of time walking next to the loch. I mean, it's over there, then there's some woodland, then there's a road, then there's me. And even when I was over the other side, when there wasn't a road separating us, I still never felt as though I was walking around the loch. I just felt like I was walking through woodland. You're happy. You're happy. You're happy. You got your toy. So let me give you a tour of Glenmore campsite, which is in Aviemore, Scotland. Now I stayed here in January 2025. I had a hard standing pitch with an electric hookup and I paid £31.75 per night. Now I think that price is on the expensive side, but it is a fantastic location. If you want to go skiing, mountain biking, hiking, climbing, paddleboarding, wild swimming, etc., you can do it all from this campsite. It really is an outdoor person's paradise. And there's also the Pine Martin bar within walking distance where you can get food and drink. But let me show you around the ladies' facilities. Now, just as a side note, I do check that no one is in here using them before I start filming. I don't just walk in and start wafting a camera around. Now, if you come down to the showers, you'll see you have a warm side and a hot side. Now, I do like a hot shower, so I always showered on the left. They weren't scorching hot, but they were a very nice temperature. Now, I did mention that this is in January, but the whole facilities block is heated, and it can be sometimes a bit of a problem on a campsite when you go for a shower. If the facilities block isn't heated, it's a little bit uncomfortable in order to get naked to get into the shower when it's so cold, but these facilities were kept lovely and warm. So we're back out, excuse the dogs barking, I think they're just playing on the beach in the loch. But we're back out again. This is a different walk from where I left you this morning. So we got back to the pod, I think about 11, half 11. I had something to eat and then Winston and I just napped and did absolutely nothing. We just stayed in bed, messed around on the iPad, had a snooze. It's now about 3:30. We just came out for an evening stroll. There's some hills up there and there's a trail up one of them. I'm tempted to go up it, but I think it might be a bit much now, and I also think it might be a bit late. I don't think we'll get up it and down it before we lose the daylight. I think it sunsets, I think, about 4:30. So we're just going to have a little meander around the woods and then head back to the pod. We are leaving the campsite tomorrow, but there is a storm coming in tomorrow. Weather warnings don't start until midday. Now I can be back home. I think it's about a 2 or 3 hour drive. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack away as much stuff we can tonight so that in the morning I can just get up, hitch up, and we can leave, and hopefully we can be back home before the storm starts. That's the plan anyway. But for now, let's just enjoy this walk. I think Winston's... Oh, did you rescue it yourself? You threw it over, didn't you? Come on. Rescued it just in time before I shamed you. Don't do it that side. Keep it out though. It doesn't need to go in the water. It doesn't need to. It doesn't have to go in the water, come on. Just keep hold of it. Don't! Winston, these are getting steeper. You know, I can go off some dogs. You're becoming a pain. And look, I'm standing all this duck. Alright, there you go. Don't do it again. Well, you can't climb a tree. Where have you gone? I can't reach it, you have to bring it in. You have to get it and bring it in. Yeah, I can't get it. Well, you brought it, there you go. Well, you gotta let me get it. You wanna have it? You wanna have it? I can't throw it otherwise. Careful, because you're gonna harpoon yourself on the tree. I think she wants your tie. Oh, good. So I've just been having a nice little wee chat with the gentleman on the beach who owns that collie dog. I think it was a collie. It's only a young'un, just turning 1. So yeah, and now heading back to the campsite to do a little bit of packing, have some food, and relax for the rest of the evening, and then drive home tomorrow. So this morning at 4:30, I got woke up because of wind and rain on my caravan. So it was shaking and the rain, it was meant to be snow, but it was quite, I don't think that sounded like snow. Snow I picture being very delicate and light, and what was hitting my caravan roof at 4:30 in the morning was not delicate and light. So I'm just going to say it was rain or really big heavy balls of snow. Wasn't hail, but anyway, got woke up at 4:30, was meant to get up and basically try and leave this morning, but I had second thoughts because it's still windy and rainy. The conditions for towing are still a little bit more dangerous than what it would be on a nice day, and if I did get into an accident or if something happened, then I would then be stuck at the side of the road as the storm came. And we're expecting winds of over 65 miles per hour. So, went to reception this morning, I paid for another night, and we're going to leave tomorrow instead. So, we now need to get all of our jobs done today. I need to get some more water, I need to empty my chemical toilet because that's about full. I need to get some stuff out of the van that I put in the van last night in order for us to survive this afternoon. Put everything back in the pod. I'm walking Winston at the moment, so he's had his little bit of exercise, so that come lunchtime we can just hunker down and ride out the storm for the rest of the evening and then through the night, and then in the morning we can be on our way. But I thought I was going to have a trip away with nice weather. But I keep getting emails off companies and shops saying that they're closing today, don't venture out, stay safe. So yeah, the country is hunkering down for something, so I'm guessing it's going to be quite an impressive storm. I've never had emails off shops before telling me that they're closing. I mean, big shops as well, like Tesco. Like Tesco, the whole like Tesco, all the Tesco's around the area are closing today on a Friday because of the predicted storm. Yeah, anyway, let me get Winston walked. Oh, oh, I see what you meant. This is icy. Just been. Oh, I just saw Winston go ice skating over it. I laughed at him and then I went ice skating over it. I think that's karma. Right, catch up with you guys later. Right, so I've done a bit of cleaning up. All the wet waterproofs are drying behind me. Obviously the pop top is down, ready for the wind. But I have to say, not much is happening. Oh, there's a little bit of a wind gust there, but there's not been anything too... I mean, this is just a normal day in the Outer Hebrides, to be honest. I'm actually feeling a little bit nostalgic. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is a storm. This is, at the moment, just a bad day of wind and rain. I may be speaking a little bit too soon. You know, we're still only just getting into the afternoon. Apparently in Ireland, it broke a record in Ireland for the highest wind speed since, I can't remember such and such, but I think it was like 114 miles per hour. And we're forecasted to get, I think, 60 to 80 mile an hour winds. But at the moment, it's just drizzly and a bit blustery. Winston and I stayed in the pod for the rest of the day. I managed to get on with some work, while Winston enjoyed his life of leisure. Now it may be snowing, but it was only a light flurry and the temperature was set to rise, so we decided to head home. Now the lock on my front box had frozen, so I had to spray a little bit of de-icer on it and give it a few minutes. I needed to get inside of it because I must turn the gas off before travelling, but luckily I managed to open it. Now, as I was reversing, this kind gentleman offered his assistance, and I blurred him out because he didn't know that I was recording for the internet. If you look under the hitch, you'll see Robin, who's been hanging around our pitch for the whole week. And we're ready to go. As soon as I unplug that cable. Now, unknown to me, I was about to have one of the most beautifully scenic drives, but also one of the most hazardous that I've ever had whilst towing. With such a light sprinkling of snow, and no more snow forecasted, I thought that the roads themselves would be clear, and my journey did start off that way. But then the weather changed. It made the roads dangerous, but the views were breathtaking. And then as I got closer to home, it felt as though I then left winter and entered a whole new season.